Okay, so now we have a new coordinates, polar coordinates. How do we switch from polar to Cartesian? Right, so r theta is referring to this length r and this angle theta. So if I want to convert that into Cartesian, I need to find this length x and this y. And this is relatively easy if you just recall your trig. Right? Note that sine of theta is y over r. Okay, which means y, the y coordinate, we can just say it's r times sine of theta. Also, if you have cosine of theta in this triangle here, it's going to equal to x over r. Okay, which means x is equal to r times by cosine of theta. So this is actually how we get from polar to Cartesian coordinates. Also note that by Pythagorean theorem, if you square the x and square the y, you should get r squared. Okay, and lastly, I already did this in the example in the previous video, that to find the angle is tangent. We use the fact that tangent of theta is equal to y over x if what's given is in the Cartesian format. Okay, not polar, Cartesian format. Right, so these four things you need to have to be able to go back and forth between polar and Cartesian. So let's do an example. Okay, so convert the point 2 pi over 3 from polar to Cartesian. Okay, so the radius is 1, 2, and pi over 3. Okay, so this right here is 2 pi over 3. The x is going to be the radius 2 cosine of pi over 3. Cosine of pi over 3 is half, so we get 1. Y is 2 sine of pi over 3. Right, sine of pi over 3 is root 3 over 2, so we get root 3. Therefore, 2 pi over 3 in the polar coordinates is equal to the Cartesian coordinate of 1 and root 3.